Is there anything you wanna add on top to the people listening, or some final words from your side, I guess?
Just do it. Just do it. You won't regret it. That's what I think it was for me. One of my best decisions for sure of the year, but maybe also from the last 5 years, you know.
What's up, guys? In this call, I'm sitting down with Alex. Alex is from Spain. He lives in Barcelona. And when Alex came to me at the beginning of this year, he maybe didn't have the best habits in place. He didn't have a proper structure around his training. He was, in my opinion, training a bit too much, doing too much in the gym, and not pairing that with good recovery habits and good sleep and a good lifestyle in general. So I'll throw up some transformation pictures right here so you can see yourself. Very interesting conversation. We went into the detail what some of the things that we switched up in Alex's situation, especially training wise. And at the end of the day, we were able to really put on a good amount of size. And as always, shout out to Alex for executing, putting in the work. Make sure to watch this one. Ciao. Okay, welcome everyone. Today I'm joined by my man Alex from Spain. Yeah, I guess Alex, please introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you, Lucas. So, yes, I'm from Spain, actually from Barcelona, 29 years old, and yeah, I'm currently already working in digital marketing for almost 4 years. I also graduated in a degree related to that. I've been always kind of also outdoor sporty guy, but not like in a professional level, you know. Also always stick to fitness and so on since I was around 20. But, you know, it was always like combined with some bad habits, you know, like social smoking, partying like crazy whenever I wanted and so on, drinking alcohol, and not really seeing a correlation between those both things, you know. I thought like if I go hard on the gym, I do the exercise and so on, something will happen, you know, and I can do my life whatever I want. No? But I'm so in that sense, joining the program, like I think like Lucas helped me a lot in that sense to make that correlation and also to take the commitment from my side, and some also little tricks which I wasn't aware of helped me a lot to stay in a much healthier shape and so on. And yeah, like what I don't know, what should I go about details in the program, or
No, I
you
just
wanna ask more questions?
diving straight into it. I guess you kind of told a bit there, Alex, but where were you, I guess, before we started? If we dive a bit deeper into there, maybe, you know, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, all right. Yeah, so as I said, like so in terms of weight, I was around 93, 4 kilograms, looking quite skinny. I'm actually 2 meters tall, so I'm super tall. That makes me more skinnier, you know. And right now I'm almost at 98, 97. My goal was 100 kilos, but I think that was a bit unrealistic. Maybe at some point I will reach that, but I'm quite happy with this evolution. Like I see myself really a different way now when I look in the mirror. And it's also like and also mentally I think I can, like if you achieve this type of change with your body, I think you're also in a position to be stronger mentally as well, and that's something I find really valuable. I think that's also a change that I encountered, you know, before joining the program, and yeah, I
Yeah,
think that
I guess.
sums it a little
Thanks,
bit.
Alex.
Maybe
Diving
you
uh,
have
diving a bit deeper back to there. What do you think was the main things, I guess, holding you back from reaching your goals before? Um, yeah, tell me.
I I think the key aspect, at least from my side here, is like having like someone to respond to, with the weekly calls and so on. I think that makes a huge difference. But I think this is really personal. So for me, I I I knew I could do the change, but it was all by myself, and that was for me the biggest step, the highest difficult part, and having Lucas on the calls and at the end you're thinking, okay, I had a compromise with Lucas for the next week to do this and to reach and to be better in each workout and do the checklist and everything and stay in the plan. So that's a little detail, but it makes a huge difference, And if you accumulate this week by week by week and then the long term of 3 months, you will definitely see some changes there in both parts, mentally and physically, as I said.
Yeah. What do you think like is or what specific things do you feel like we were able to implement that also I guess helped with that, and what did we do different I guess compared to what you were maybe used to doing yourself before?
Yeah, so I would say I could sum it up in three parts. The first part would be the way the workout structure. Okay, so previously I was always focusing on 4 sets, 10, 12 reps, and changing to this shorter amount of sets, 2, 3, and going much heavier, and do the first set, the heaviest one, and then offload a little bit. For me, in my case, made it super easier to over the next weeks to be able to lift much more weight. And I think I would never come to that conclusion, because for me it's a little bit what do you say? I don't know the word in English, but not intuitive, And that's one of the keys, If you are able to lift heavier each week, then you will get stronger. And then I would say the second part is the supplements. Most of your supplements, I was not aware that they existed and that they could impact you in such a way. And the third part, I would say, is little protocol things, about stretching, trying to get some sunlight, helps a lot in recovery. The breathing at the end of the day or the beginning of the day, whatever you want. I think it helps a lot to center your mind with the body and the nervous system, and at the end, if your mind is clear, aligned with a goal, it's easier to body to reach your goal. No? And if you are constantly battling and you have your mind around different multiple things, then it's much more difficult to achieve a certain goal. I think those three parts were for me the most important.
Yeah, 100%. I usually say that, but we've also talked about that, Alex. But most people are so fixated about just doing the work in the gym without pairing that with the proper lifestyle, and switching the focus over to that rather than okay, just how much can we hammer down in the gym. That is where the real magic happens. It's in the small daily tasks and actions and habits that you do, and the small details, because that's what what most people maybe aren't doing as well.
Exactly. That's the point.
Yeah. I guess also to hear it from you, Alex. Why do you think you decided to go with me over anyone else? I guess.
I think you just were a good Instagram marketer, social media guy, because no other fitness influencer reached me out via direct message. So I guess that got me. I had the call also with Attenton, and it looked promising. Also, in an economical way, I was able to join the program. So I said, "Fuck it, let's do it." Gonna try it. Yeah. I better spend the money on this than on buying a new laptop or whatever. So
yeah, or some alcohol at the bar.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, it's probably a pretty good decision. Hopefully, at least.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
that's
I mean,
awesome.
and it's not that I was like considering other guys or other influencers, fitness coaches or whatever. But I think I followed you maybe a couple of months ago, and then you reach out, with some of your Instagram stories. So yeah.
Yeah, nice, Alex. I guess if you put it into your own words, what are the things that we have accomplished, I guess, in the time working with each other? Obviously, you talked about, putting on some size, building muscle. Is there anything else you want to add on top to that? And it's like, okay, this is something that we've really been, you know, I guess, accomplishing within this time frame as well.
Mm, I mean, I think, yeah, I mean, putting a little bit of muscle would be that, mentally being stronger, um, keeping a good lifestyle, taking bad habits of my lifestyle would be also one thing. And I don't know, let me think 1 second. Um, yeah, maybe like the condition. I think it's much better in terms of running or surfing. Like I feel like I can spend more time in the water when I'm surfing, and I don't get so tired. And I think that's a byproduct of all the little um, actions we mentioned before. Also, I kind of stopped smoking. Sometimes I drink one glass of wine in a special occasion, but my girlfriend is like, I don't believe what is happening to you. Like, why are you not drinking any beer? I used to love beer, but now it's like, I feel so good now. Like, I don't even miss it. At some point, yes, but I'm really like giving a second thought. Do I really want it? And yeah, I mean, I will be. I think it would be like lifestyle and the overall body condition. I think it's much better now.
Yeah. I guess how do you feel like that has affected the other areas of your life as well, not just in the gym maybe and with the conditioning, but do you feel like this has had a positive impact on, I don't know, other areas of your life as
Yeah.
well, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, at work, it's like, yeah, it has also some repercussion in terms of, um, when you are able to change mentally and physically this way, then at work you also get more motivated. Like, you can do this change compared to the previous 2 minutes I thought that I did. It's nothing. Like, you tend to look less at problems as a problem, but more you as solutions or potential improvements. And also in terms of family, like, um, like parents are also, of course, super proud. And my brother is asking, like, because I have a younger brother, like 2 years younger, and he's like, "What's up? What that's you're doing that you're changing like in a positive way? Tell me more about it." Like, it's starting to call his attention, and I really like that. Like, if you have the opportunity to influence people in a positive way, it's also always super beautiful.
Yeah, 100%. I guess if someone is or no, let's take it like this. If someone is standing on the line between maybe thinking about doing joining the program or doing something similar to this, or but they're a bit unsure, should I do this, should I not do this, someone else maybe, yeah, I guess standing at the finish line, I was about to say, but what advice would you give that person right now?
What advice? I mean, at the end, I think like, it's always a key thing about the people who's going to take the decision of, okay, I'm joining a program. Um, Depending the like, I don't know any other influencers. I guess there would be also as good as you, but from my personal experience, you look as like you're really a well prepared guy. You're doing Ironman. So that's also a huge like positive point for you. But I think it's super straightforward, well structured. There's no like tricky things or shady things around it. So there's not like a magic pill or like whatever bullshit. It's kind of science based, and it works. You have always the examples of your clients, and for me, I wouldn't think it twice. If you have the opportunity, do it. But as I said at the end, it's always on the decision of the client to make the change and to follow program.
Yeah, 100%. And I think you said it very well there as well, because as you said, like it's not like maybe from another planet and have some secret that no one else has. That's not the case. Let's be completely honest. But it's uh, yeah, it's about just finding the structure for what works for someone. Making changes based on what works, what doesn't, and just kind of as you told in the beginning as well. Like let's be honest, Alex, you probably know you shouldn't be drinking all the time and maybe going to the gym or whatever. You should what you're supposed to do, but having that, I guess, person to just hold you accountable, I guess, is the most important
Yeah.
thing, and just kind of having someone laying out the structure. And if you feel like that's something you want, yeah, then it's maybe a good decision. But yeah, I think you said it said it very very well there, I guess.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. For sure.
Awesome, Alex. And I guess probably my last question for you. What did you find, I guess, the most valuable, if you in the program, if you get to pinpoint that into one or maybe a couple things.
Um, what I found really valuable was actually the like being able to switch. Like I think we did 3 different workouts, over the last 3 months, and to be able to switch between those and still be able to see progress. I think that's super useful because it gives you the opportunity to not get bored, and find out that juggling with exercises and so on, it's always a possibility, because usually people tend to think, gym things are super boring and so on. But if you have the right exercises on your mind and so on, it's actually not the case. And what more? Also super interesting one that I didn't knew before, but I was always using protein shakes, and the last 2 months of the program, I stopped using them, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna lose weight, and that's not the case. I got even stronger and bigger, so that was kind of a heartbroken thing for me, because I was super fan of these products, and it's fucking worth it, man. If you are eating real good food and recovering good, sleeping well, and doing the proper exercises and so on, that's the key basics. You don't need any magic powder.
No, 100%. That's yeah. I couldn't agree more. I guess. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Alex. Is there anything you wanna add on top to the people listening, or some final words from your side, I guess?
Just do it. Just do it. You won't regret it. That's what I think it was for me. One of my best decisions for sure of the year, but maybe also from the last 5 years, that I was trying to juggle and playing around with fitness, I think it was the kind of the turning point, key thing missing. So just do it. It's only 3 months. At the end, it's going to be a bit difficult, but it's not such a crazy thing, and I also like encourage everyone to do it, because Lucas is really flexible in terms of personalizing each individual. We have the weekly calls, and everyone is towards one or different goals, so it will be really good if you do it.
Yeah, Thanks a lot, Alex. I really appreciate it, and I guess to sum it up from my side as well, kind of tied back to what we said. Uh, Huge shout out to you for actually executing and putting in the work as well, because I can only do my part. If you don't do yours, then nothing is gonna happen. So that's also very worth to mention. That you're actually the one in charge of what we've accomplished as much as me, because of the fact that you know trusted me, executed, and stuck to the program. So yeah,
Hmm.
once again, thanks a lot, Alex. I really appreciate you coming on and talking a bit about your experience. And for everyone that is listening, I hope you found this valuable. Thanks for watching.